Tonight, we address a pressing issue that continues to dominate discussions in the economy: poverty and inflation. According to the latest World Bank report, 129 million Nigerians live in poverty, as soaring inflation makes it increasingly difficult for many to afford basic necessities. This raises deep concern about the future of the economy and the well-being of millions of citizens. In spite of all this, the President Bola Tinubu administration has consistently defended its economic policies. The government says current measures are laying the groundwork for long-term recovery. But how do we balance these persuasions with the urgent challenges that people are facing? Well, joining me to discuss this and assess potential ways forward is development expert and business analyst Dr. Taofiq Raimi. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Nigerians and the whole world in general.
So at least 129 million people living in poverty. That's not a surprise, from that report. However, let's have your initial response or reaction to that report.
Okay, thank you very much. I think the World Bank latest reports on Nigerian as regards poverty is not deniable. Basically because as much as possible we can relate. Virtually Nigerians and our society as a whole can actually relate to the high inflation that has occurred over the years, and especially in recent time. So I just want to say that the World Bank report, even though I may not be too affairs with the epistemological, philosophical background or the ontological perspective and the research method that they have used, I may not be privy to this. Nevertheless, the 129 million is exactly what they have come up with. I want to believe that the report can be contextualized into three parts for me. One, they talk about the fact that 129 million Nigerians are in abject poverty. And what is poverty? When people cannot meet the basic needs of life: food, shelter, clothing, access to healthcare facility, education, and all that. Secondly, I also see from their report that they also acknowledge the effort made by the current federal government, and they said it's laudable in terms of the economic reforms. And people like me also believe in those economic reforms. They are bold, they are difficult, they are challenging, they bring difficulties, initial difficulty to us as people, but they have both medium and long-term benefit, as we have also always said.
You believe in the economic policies that have so far been carried out by the government?
Yes.
And you truly believe that it's going to take us out of this quagmire?
I believe. You see, the belief is rested on the fact that they are well defined. The belief is rested on the fact that if they are, executed consistently, if there is consistency in these economic reforms, they will generate the required results in the end. However, there are other things that have to be done to make that happen. For instance, we must reduce corruption in the system. We must also ensure that while we are expecting medium and long-term benefit, there must be a way to create an enabling environment to bring people out of poverty.
Right.
The third dimension that I've looked at this report is the fact that even the World Bank itself acknowledged that they are willing to continue to support Nigeria for both financially and with technical support. So these are the three dimensions for which I believe the report has captured the mood of the nation. The report did not say Nigeria is not making progress, but the progress is so slow, and the policies are good, but the policies have implications. I hope we have done this about 10 years back. Maybe we will have not be talking of this harsh implication that all of us are
So it's obvious that you are one of those that believe in the economic advised and policies recommended by all these financial institutions, including World Bank. A lot of people don't believe it. Now, especially people in developing countries who over the last 40 years have been dealing with so-called development, and we're still here.
Okay, yeah, you see, as a scholarly practitioner, I just do not believe only in what the World Bank, IMF are saying, you understand? I also believe that whatever they are saying, I'm an advocate of what I call glocalization, because there are three economic philosophy or theory or parameters that we can use to develop our country. Either we go globalize, whatever is happening in the world, let's follow.
Oh, okay.
I do not believe that.
Let me come
There
in.
is localization.
Right.
Let's just limit our knowledge of what to do within our own context. I also believe that can help, but that will not achieve the kind of medium and long-term benefit. So
okay.
I believe in making sure that we orient all these policies that are being suggested to us with our own reality, with our own culture, with our own situation. That's why I call it glocalization philosophy.
Can you define for us what you understand by development, as a development economist?
Okay, yeah. Development is a process of, engendering growth and bringing expansion, either in different sectors of human life, whether in terms of infrastructure, whether in terms of financial sector, whether in terms of housing, whether in terms of health facility, whether in terms of our social development. So development itself is a process that will lead to economic growth, a process that will ease burden of people, a process that will make life better, a process that will achieve an outcome that is predictable, that is sustainable. That is development.
Okay, so there is also the argument or the reality that you can have growth and still have very poor quality of life or standard of living, which is what we've been seeing in Nigeria for a while. So where is the problem? Where does the problem lie?
Okay, yeah. You see, let me cite some example quickly. Not all our sectors of life in Nigeria are witnessing growth or development. Not also all aspects are spelled doom for us. We are making progress in some aspects. Look at FCT. If we are talking of development, in terms of infrastructural development, you will acknowledge the current minister of FCT, His Excellency Yuson Wike, the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, in the area of infrastructure development.
Right,
but can we make more progress? Can this development go into not just within the FCT, the city center? That's the kind of development I've always advocated, a development that is inclusive, that will not just be within the city center. We should take development into our suburbs area in order to create meaningful life for our people. You understand? So if you look at that sector or that ministry, you will see that Ministry of Federal Capital Territory, or what we call Federal Capital Territory, you will see that there is development occurring. When you look at earth, sector, you want to look at how many new hospitals are being built, what is the quality of people, the accessibility of our people to health care delivery, especially the low income earner, So when you look at different sectors, when you look at housing, for instance, let me also cite housing. We have 29 or 28 million housing deficit, housing supply deficit. You can say that there is no development yet in that sector, even though government is making policies that will encourage that to happen.
What is the essence of having infrastructure? Infrastructure is fine, but what is the essence of having infrastructure when a lot of people are hungry?
Yeah, that is why poverty is defined. Poverty, you are quite right by that question. Poverty is defined as not being able to achieve your basic need of life, which is food first, followed by clothing and shelter. However, that is not the only definition of development or poverty, as it were. You understand? If you do not have infrastructure development, you won't be able to accelerate growth, meaningful growth. Your development will remain at what I call, at the very basic. You understand? But as a country, we need to begin to have development that will enable things to be accelerated in beyond just having basic food, shelter, clothing. You know, you need infrastructure development, roads to connect different sectors. You need energy. You need healthcare facility. You need proper educational institutions that will bring out the kind of solutions to various problems we are going through. So while I agree with you that people should be able to, government should ensure that the basic need of human beings, citizens are taken care of, we must also at the same time have policies that will enable us to develop properly in, and ensuring that we have both medium and long-term development in all sectors of our national life.
So do you truly believe that our development plans are authentic in this country? Let's just fall back and think about it. What we are doing, is it authentic to us and is it helpful?
Okay. I am an advocate for several years of requesting for a proper, realistic national development plan. A national development plan that will be delineated into short-term development, medium-term, and long-term. If you are asking whether what we currently have or what we've had over the years meet this requirement, I would say no.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, what is
what I'm saying is, so it seems like most of what we're doing is not well thought out. We are just copying and pasting, to use, if I may use those words. You know, every development plan, when you look at countries that have developed, it is anchored on a philosophy that is authentic to them, that is authentic to their history, that is authentic to their culture, that is authentic to who they are. So it then helps you to sort of work in a way that you can accelerate that development as defined by you, not by somebody else.
Dr. Koko, you see, we are living in a global space. Why you want to retain your authenticity, that is, this is who we are, these are our opportunities, these are our challenges, you must also look at what is happening in the world. You cannot live in isolation.
No, I'm not saying we should live in isolation.
Because national development plan must reflect our needs, definitely. And that's why I've told you that over the years, I've asked that every government should develop our national development plan that has what is it to be achieved in this various sector in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 15 years. Look at what has happened in 2004. Let me give you an instance. What we call true development, authentic development, as you have mentioned it, which is quite right. In this FCT, the government in 2004 came up with a policy, a program called Public-Private Partnership to developing 4 brand new international markets in this FCT. 97 contractors or developers ran into the advert thinking that it was a government that would give contract. At the end of the day, the government of that time, during President Obasanjo, said, no, this is a PPP project. And in the end, 4 different developers had an engagement or development plan with the government. And today, those markets are functioning. The Gariki market, the Kaura market, the Mabushi market. So that's the kind of market we are talking about. I'm saying that's the kind of development that we are talking about that would truly elevate the quality of life of our people. A particular one that I was involved employed 1,500 on daily basis. I was the project director of this particular project here in Gariki. Today, that marketplace hosts to about 15,000 people on daily basis. You can see how many people have benefited, both direct and indirect, and the way their poverty level, they've been removed from the poverty line that we are talking about. So, while development must reflect our local situation, we must also be able to mirror where should we be in among the Committee of Nations. Why our national development plan should be focused on what our advantages and challenges are. We should also be able to look at where should we be in the next 5 years,
Right.
10 years. Part of the problem we have had with our development plan over the years is that, one, it is non-inclusive. It is also not sustained. Every government comes and say, look, they do away with whatever previous administrations have done. That must stop. And that is why in every new administration, if there are things that previous administrations have done that are good, we should continue it. If there are good roads that have been, a good road project that have been initiated by a previous administration, it should be completed.
Right.
And that's why I'm also asking even the current president to ensuring that previous projects that have relevance to our people should be sustained, whereas new ones can be embarked upon.
Okay.
So that is my take on it.
Okay, Dr. Taofeeq Raimi, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me.